Hi guys, welcome to Truckstop Boyfriend.
Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing so good. How are you, Matthew?
Good. I'm glad to be back in Nashville. Been in Kentucky all week, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm good
Oh
to
my
be.
gosh, how
I'm
was
happy to
that?
be home. Yeah.
Yeah. How was it though?
Well, we can get into that in a little bit,
Kentucky.
but
Yeah. Okay. Guess we'll do a double back. But
yeah.
oh my gosh, my week was crazy because we were like, the beginning of the week was like Halloween day, so like on Tuesday. But we, girl, we went to West Hollywood, and so did the rest of Los Angeles. And it was like just a mess. Like there were so many people. They were like throwing a block party, but I guess this is like an annual thing that happens. I feel like we went to it before, but like I could not remember, obviously. But it was just like so busy. But this was like the first one back since COVID happened.
Mm.
So it was just so many people. Every bar was packed. There was lines. There was a cover to every bar. So we ended up just going around the block and hanging at this one bar that was like very low key, kind of, but it was still fun. But the DJ sucked.
Oh, I
The
don't know
DJ
if
was
you
so
should be
bad.
saying that. They could be listening.
They probably are, but I didn't say the name of the restaurant, so we're
That's
fine.
true. That's true. Yeah. You're more bold than I
We're
am
not
with
doing
that.
that.
But
It's fine. It was so bad, and it was just like I'm trying to have fun, but like you're not having fun for me. So
yeah. Well,
anyway,
let's just get straight into the truck stop moments. Do you have one for us this week?
well, mine is involves you a little bit this
Oh
week
no.
because like, it's not like a bad truck stop because we it's kind of open to interpretation. But mine happened when you sent me that photo of those GI Joe toys at Target, and so I was sitting there and I'm reading your comments about these toys and I'm like, yeah, I'm having the same comments. But I'm like, I think this is like a thing for just queer people in general, maybe. I don't know if like I'm making that up, but like I just want to show a quick picture of this toy.
Oh no, you
Like
can't even
can
see
you
that.
see it? Oh, it's
No.
because my light went. See, tech problems.
Oh, the
I
hockey
mean,
player one. Like, I'm telling you, we talked about this. The fashion was like so good.
I think that you want to say the fashion, but I think there's other reasons that you like it.
I mean, yeah, like if he was an actual person, I would be all about it.
This is Tom of Finland core. This is at Target right now.
So, are we even allowed to show that picture? I don't even know.
Here, hold on, let me do it again. No marketing. But I'm like, come on now.
Yeah. No,
We
I
can't play
know.
with Barbies, but they want us to play with that.
No, I did play with Barbies growing up too, and Polly Pockets I had a good select amount too. I remember it
Yeah.
was like my 10th, I don't know, it was some birthday that I was like old enough to know better of like people and like what they would think of me by like getting those presents, those types of presents.
Yeah.
And I remember I opened up a Polly Pocket toy on my
Hmm.
birthday and there was some laughter. And I was just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go play by myself. So,
So they got you a gift
mhm.
to mock you about it.
No, I told them that that's what I wanted for my birthday. So my aunt got it for
Okay.
me.
Got it.
And then there was
I
like other
misheard that.
people at the party that, you know, were
Oh,
laughing and
I
stuff.
see. I see.
But it's fine.
So
Hmm.
look at
I'm
you
not
now.
jaded. I'm not jaded. So
No, not at all. You're just a big old queen.
possibly. Well, my truck stop moment of the week was just the whole trip to Kentucky and everything. Nothing really happened while I was there necessarily
Yeah.
that was crazy, but traveling with Kona is always just so interesting. He is
Yeah.
very like, I feel like when we're home, he's very like self-independent, hangs out by
Yeah.
himself, plays by himself, whatever. But when we hit the road, he's just constantly like begging for like attention. He's like slobbering all over my car. I like turn the AC up because like I hear him like huffing and puffing in the background over my music, and I'm like, I just want to listen to Taylor Swift. Like, you know, like I don't want to hear like you huffing and puffing over this. I was like getting frozen out of my own car, and he was just in the background or in the back, just like acting like it was like in the 90s in there, you know, like super like hot. And I was just like,
I mean, he is a husky.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think that he was actually hot, is what I'm trying to say. I think that he was doing it out of either excitement,
just having a stage,
or
having
out
a full
of
stage
stress.
5 meltdown.
One of melting.
My dog does that as well with the car.
Yeah, I think it is excitement or stress most of the time, I feel like. But
I think, I remember her getting like kind of, I mean, what I believe to be car sick, like when we were driving, you know, when we were moving first to LA and that long drive from Tennessee. And I was like, I think she's car sick. But she also sits in the sun. She refuses to like not be on the left side of the car. I'm like, the sun is beating down on you. You need to move.
I make Kona like lay
She's
down.
like, she doesn't. She like refuse to do it. While you were saying that, I totally forgot about a whole situation with the dog that happened this week.
Oh no.
So I'm at work. I didn't necessarily even have anything to like add to this story, but Emilio calls me. He comes home on his work, my partner. And Nikaya gets out of the gate here at the house. And she like runs away essentially. And like he's calling me on the phone at work, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like where'd she go, you know? Because she's pretty good about like kind of staying around the area. If she does get out, like she doesn't really like want to go anywhere. She just like wants the opportunity, I guess. But she like full-blown runs away this time. And Emilio luckily got a call into like animal control before anything was to happen, but like somebody like fully took her in for a moment and took her to the Humane Association down the street.
Oh my gosh, no way.
And Amelia made the call, and she got delivered in her little Brinks truck to the house. Yeah.
She just wanted to have like a fun wild night like her daddy's. So
well, she sure did. She had a full, and everything happened within 30 minutes. Like she fully ran away. Somebody picked her up and took her in and fed her, by the way. I made a post on the neighborhood app, had multiple responses, and Emilio got so many phone calls about it. And she was fully,
They were like,
she was.
I spotted her at this corner of the street, and then the other
literally,
said, I saw her digging through the trash.
Literally, and she like fully gets intercepted by animal control and delivered back to the house in 30 minutes. But yeah, maybe that was my truck stop moment, not the G.I. Joe.
Hey. Well,
that was totally what it was.
I think both fit, honestly. I think it fits. I was actually going to tell you a little bit too. I don't know if I've told you, but in my hometown, like in 2012, the police in my hometown got this call from someone at our local Walmart. They were glued to the toilet in the bathroom.
Did they glue themselves there? So
I actually looked up an article because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like saying anything wrong or anything. But it said that they were unsure if she like glued herself or if someone had glued her there.
So like maybe they either, because I can see it being two ways, because number one, we're in a Walmart, but I can see her like gluing her ass to the seat, or somebody did a prank and put glue on the toilet seat.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know. I also don't know who it was. So, but that is I feel like my hometown. You know, there's some country music singers that come out of my hometown. There's, you know, some horse people, like really big horse people names and stuff out of my hometown, but a lot of great
horse girl action.
But you know, I think that the girl getting glued to the toilet at Walmart is top tier.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely tracks for like Walmart behavior, for sure.
Yeah, in a
We,
podunk town.
we love podunk towns.
Yeah,
We're from podunk towns.
yeah,
It's in our nature to be
yeah.
podunk. What does the word podunk come from?
I don't know. I was honestly just saying, is that okay for me to say? Because, like, I don't hate my hometown. I hope it's not a negative term.
I don't think it is. I think it's fine. It's
Okay.
literally who we are.
Yeah.
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 Like, we're literally podunk people.
We just like roasting each other. We like roasting people.
Yeah. I mean,
I do it
like,
on the daily.
what else are we supposed to do? This world's a freaking mess.
It makes things a
Just
lot
have
more
fun.
interesting. Mm-hmm.
It
Well,
definitely does.
we are literally a week after Halloween. A week has passed.
I know.
Have you noticed all of the holiday movies are out? Like,
I noticed, yeah.
my mom
There
always like
was,
listens to music while she's like cleaning every morning and cooking breakfast. I walk out of my
yeah.
bedroom. She was playing Christmas music. And I said,
Mm-mm.
it is November 1st.
Yeah.
I
We're
said,
not doing all
we
that.
have time, you know? Um, I saw this video
Well,
too, and I don't know if it's like an actual ad or what, but it was like Mariah Carey is defrosting. And
oh, yeah.
I
She put that
literally
out.
died. I died.
She
That
put
is
that
so
out.
funny. That is
She
so
put that out
funny.
herself. But yeah, I agree with you with the Christmas music. I mean, I think it's because we've spent a lot of time in customer facing jobs.
Mm.
And, you know, that involves Christmas music a lot of the time. And I just like, I don't have a tolerance for it anymore.
I
I just
like
don't.
it, but I like it to be like after Thanksgiving. I like there to be a break.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Like, they didn't, I saw my very first Christmas commercial I saw this year was like maybe 3 or 4 days before Halloween.
Mm.
And it was already on the TV. I'm like, really?
Yeah, there was like Black Friday rollout I was getting on my phone, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, pre like look at our ad for Black
I
Friday for
know.
anyone else. Like I'm like, I don't even no. I just bought a bunch of Halloween
Yeah.
candy. I don't have money for
Mm-mm. I
Christmas
need to
gifts
rot my
yet.
teeth with this before I do it with that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly, because this needs to like not be expired, and then I'll go into all of the Christmas festivities. I
Yes.
need my
Mm-hmm.
2 front teeth gone, and then we can talk about having family fun.
Yeah, because then during Christmas or holiday time, we're going to be eating so much sweets and pie,
So much
you know.
food,
Mm-hmm.
so much food, and without 2 teeth here, you can breathe so much better.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
That's so
I
true.
hadn't thought
Yeah,
of it that way.
you can sit there like
Nice.
this,
I already
and be
do.
completely fine. I mean, you know, the podunk is in our genes, and with that
Yes.
comes less teeth. But speaking of food,
Oh
this is
no.
a total left turn here, but something I've also realized about myself is I am not a foodie. I think we might have
Mm.
briefly talked about it, but I'm not into like going on vacation. I'm like okay with like maybe like if we're going to a beach, we're gonna get like a lobster or something, but I don't care. I don't care
Yeah,
about food like that.
I'm not either. Like, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on like food per
Yeah, I
se,
don't
but I
either.
do
I'd
like
rather
to have like
do
a nice
something.
sit down moment, you know?
Sure, sure. I'm totally there. And honestly, I'm there just to have a conversation. And honestly, I'm getting a drink.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm
mean,
going to
you
be
have
getting
to be
drunk.
getting, yeah.
I'm
I
on
mean,
vacation. That's what I'm trying
yeah.
to do.
Me and my roommate, we went to Knoxville. This was probably a few years ago. Just for
Hmm.
like a little like
My
road
hometown.
trip. Yeah, literally your hometown. We just like went for like
Hmm.
this, like, I think we were there for 2 nights. We were just like going around town, seeing, it's a cute town. I like it.
It's cute,
But
yeah.
we went to this restaurant and it was probably like 9 or 10 in the morning. And I was like, okay, what drinks do they have? I wanted
Hmm.
like a Bloody Mary or something. And I'm not a Bloody Mary person, but I really just wanted
At
like
night?
to experience that. No, in the morning.
Oh my God. I did not hear that.
I just wanted to like have like I wanted to experience that, you know?
Yeah. I
That's
don't
the
like Bloody Marys
vacation
either.
style.
Roll up at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. at a random town and get a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
I don't like Bloody Marys. I never have.
So this one was really good. I like anything spicy, and it was really spicy. It was good.
You do like a spicy drink. I remember you coming here to LA and getting some jalapeno situation somewhere. And you're like, this
During
is hot.
COVID, that's all I did. During COVID, that's all that I did. I would wake up and I would put like jalapenos in my eggs that I was making.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I had to keep jalapenos on stock because I put it in tequila. I put it in all this different food. I made like jalapeno cornbread. I made jalapeno chili. I made like all this stuff. Everything spicy. And that's why I have IBS now. So
yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like half your time was spent on the toilet. You know, I saw this meme yesterday that said IBS, and it was like this happy little colon, and it just said I be shitting. That's what it stood for.
I mean, that literally is what it is.
Yeah, not irritable bowel syndrome. Not that at all. It's like I be shitting. What you're not is stopped up, that's for sure.
Okay, well, we're moving away from talking about poop.
I could talk about the toilet activity all day.
We've already talked about toilet activities too, so...
I am a solid 5 years old when it comes to shit talk. Literally.
You know, I'm really not surprised.
Always here for it. It's always funny to me.
Oh my goodness. Well, did you see last night who was marching around New York looking amazing, per usual?
Taylor shit?
Oh my gosh, don't even. Taylor Swift.
We can go back to it.
Yes.
Taylor Swift.
She was with Selena Gomez, Brittany Mahomes, Gigi Hadid, and Sophie Turner, and they all looked...
Who's Brittany Mahomes?
Great. So she's a wife to one of the Kansas City Chiefs football players. Yeah. I didn't really know that either. But
should I know her? Because I don't really care right now. Should I know her?
No, I don't think so. No. I just more so meant like it was squad goals, you know? Like, okay. That's what I feel like when I go out with friends to dinner or like go out to a few bars or whatever. That's what that's what I look like walking down the street with my friends, you know?
Yeah, sure.
People are always taking pictures of me, you know?
Oh, okay. I just want to be left alone at this point in my life.
Yeah, I've noticed.
We went to breakfast this morning, and I mean, I was in a full mood, just like, it's not even like bad mood. I'm just like, don't, you know what I mean? Don't be around me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Vibes.
And you said that you're not a foodie, so, you know,
yeah, for some reason,
like
just
going
like
against that.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming across like I'm a very negative person, but I promise I'm not. I'm actually really happy right now in my life.
I would say that being negative is very on brand for you. So
I am not necessarily somebody who can hold it in. If I'm going to complain, I will be complaining. So that's my shirt.
Natural.
My
IBS
it just comes out.
Is
I be complaining. IBC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's...
You know what else that I just realized is, you know, I feel like if we were to be truck stops, you would be like a very like 80s, like neon, like, you know, they have like really good food there, stuff like that type of gas station, like very pretty and like very like retro. And I feel like I would be like a little bit more like rustic, like country, like
a rest stop.
There might be some hot dogs, but there's not going to be any other food there.
Absolutely that.
So
definitely rustic country with hot dogs. Like any bathroom stop along Route 66 would be absolutely your vibe.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I've never done that, but I would be down.
Mm-hmm. I think you have done that.
No, I've not been on Route 66.
Not Route 66, but you've been to a couple bathroom truck stops along the way.
Yeah, because I be shitting.
You do be shitting. You do be shitting because you definitely got that margarita. Definitely before it. Absolutely. But it does make sense. And, that is on brand. I don't necessarily see neon for myself, but I love that you see that for me. That means
Well,
I'm not as negative as we're saying.
Like, I don't think, like, there's like, different types of neon signs, right? Like, for me, in my establishment, there would be neon beer signs, like a Miller High Life or, like, a Bud Light sign or something. Whereas I feel like yours would be, like, palm trees and cacti and, you know what I mean? Like, that sort of thing.
I love that. I
Like,
saw
very
this
80s.
neon Grim Reaper sign at Target. I think that would be more my speed.
Ooh, that sounds cool. I'll have to look that up.
It was for Halloween, so I'm sure it's gone. I should have just bought it. I was just going to hang it in my window and put just like leave me alone on a post-it underneath it.
Like, you need to put that in your work office. That's what you need.
Oh my God, for real. Imagine.
Well,
that would be let go so fast.
have you been watching anything fun this week or, reading or what's been going on?
I'm still okay. We talked about this on a couple episodes ago, but I am still reading Brittany's book. I'm a very slow reader, and I like reading, but I like to read when I have a moment and like want to like fully be able to get into the book. So I'm like halfway through the book, but I'm still like trying to read that. But in terms of shows, honestly, I've just been watching all my like podcasters who do like their visual for YouTube. So I'm not super into any shows right now. What are you watching?
Gotcha.
What's on? What do I need to be seeing?
So there's not really like anything that's like being put out a whole lot right now, unless it's reality, which I'm totally down for a reality moment. I think Love Island Games started this week. I love Love Island. Started watching it during COVID. I watched like every season of like the American one. You watch
it from the toilet?
The UK one. I've watched every season in Australia, like their version too. So I've watched like all of it, right? Basically Love Island Games is like the All-Stars version, so it brings people from like previous seasons and stuff. It's been really good. It's a lot of like big personalities like clashing against each other. There's a little bit more competition. It's fun.
How do you think you would do in that situation? Because I think about this all the time.
Well, on Love Island Games, I don't think I would do good because I'm not very competitive.
Okay.
Like especially when it comes to like sport activities and honestly mental activities too. Like if someone were to like say solve this equation.
Oh no, it's downhill.
I would just like look at it for a while.
I wouldn't even look at it. I'd be like, I'd look straight at the camera, and I would say, "This isn't going to happen," and I actually am going to just quit right now.
Yeah.
And I'd just be really forthcoming.
Love Island Games, I don't think that I would do good. Love Island in general, I think I would enjoy being there. But I also don't think that I would do good at that because I think I would get my heart broken and I would just cry all the time. So
yeah, you'd be the cry hire.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about it in terms like, could I be on Survivor?
Oh.
And I think I could to an extent. Like Naked and Afraid, like those type of shows. Like how would I, do in that moment? I think I would like to believe I could do well.
I have an idea for our next show. I have an idea for our next show.
Go ahead.
A post-apocalyptic Survivor.
I think that would be the only scenario that I would do well in.
I think like
because if I'm just left in the woods, no. You know what I mean?
I think we could like find this town that's been deserted, probably out west somewhere. Have people scavenge for things that they need to survive in a zombie apocalypse. Clearly there wouldn't be any zombies unless there's something out there that makes that. You never know these days. But
Matthew, that's a pretty good idea.
I know.
I'm thinking about it a little bit more right now. What does everyone talk about when they're watching these shows? How would I do in that situation? right? So I just want to go ahead and timestamp this. November 5th, it's on Sunday, 2023 at 11:38 a.m. Matthew Jones came up with this TV show concept. So, if we put this out there, they owe you some royalties.
Honestly, as they should. I'm really good at coming up with ideas. I just need someone to run with it, and then I'm going to sue them. So.
Or they just need to hire you for the team. You don't have to sue them.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that would work. Well,
I'd love to know your head is at. Because I'm here for a good business venture.
I'm also, so with Brittany, like, have you learned anything in that book that has anything been revealed so far that you didn't know?
It's still kind of like normal stuff that's going on in the book, and like, it's like a good read. I mean, I think where the interest for me is, because this is like one of the books I've read in a while where I'm like actually, not bored, or like actually kind of all the way get glued to it a little bit more. But I'm also like always in like a celebrity memoir biopic situation with the movies and stuff too. I don't like reading fiction and all that stuff. I'm like very much like, oh my God, what happened to Brittany? But
yeah,
no, it's still kind of normal stuff. But I saw that Mariah Carey was on Jimmy Fallon the other day, and Jimmy brought up that she was brought up in her book, Brittany's book, basically. And I had like just read that. So I'm like kind of in that area of the book where it's still like, okay. I'm still not to like the super juice of like the conservatorship, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am a slow reader too. I refuse to read
anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you should keep spoilers out. I feel like you did a really good job also of not really like spoiling anything for the listeners too, with everything that you said. But I am a slow reader too. I started reading again this year. It's been about 50, but I have been reading Dune, which, is a hefty, like 900 page book.
It is a big book.
That's a big 900 pages. I finished it like in 2 months, and now I'm on the sequel, the second book, and it's like only 300, and it's taking me about the same amount of time. So
there's probably not a lot of shows on right now because of the writer's strike that's happened.
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
But I feel like a lot of shows that I'm really into, I've started to see that there have been some deals that have been happening. So hopefully we'll get back to that.
I think it was about 3 or 4 months. I could be wrong. But like, since I live here, and a lot of like my coworkers and family members around them and stuff like are actually involved with it, I like hear about it often. But I think it was like 3 or 4 months where no one was like kind of working there for a moment. But from what I understand, things are kind of getting back into production, and things are getting greenlit again, so that's good.
Good. Awesome.
So maybe we'll have some good TV for like summer 24.
Yes. The wait though, that's so long. But I'm sure there will be some reality TV that we can get into, or movies. I think
the reality television. Do you watch Housewives?
No, I don't.
That's the only thing that I remembered I've been watching. But I really like Beverly Hills.
Below Deck, Love Island, Jersey Shore. That's probably the only ones.
I'm going to like to go, I guess, into a movie or a music route. I've been listening to a lot of like more indie pop artists lately, and like some of their music is a lot better than stuff that's out right now. But what I like. I like that annoying dance pop music.
Are there any like artists in that genre that you are kind of listening to?
Yeah. So I have 2 specific artists I've been listening to, but like one of them is like, she's well known in her own right, but her name is Bonnie McKee.
Okay.
She's like responsible for like writing a lot of the number ones that you hear from like probably around 2010 to 2015 ish.
Okay.
Like she wrote like Teenage Dream with a lot of Katy Perry stuff.
Ooh.
Last Friday Night.
That's a good one.
She wrote for Britney Spears, and I think Hold It Against Me was her song. But yeah, she is like a very well known like pop songwriter.
I love
But
that.
she also had that song out, American Girl, like in
Hmm.
2013, 14, somewhere in there.
Hmm. I don't know that
But
one.
you
I'll
would know
think.
it if you heard it.
Okay.
You would know it. It was a top 40 record.
Hmm.
But basically, her album, she put out that song, and then the song did pretty well, but it didn't, like, I guess, get the notoriety that the label wanted from it, I guess.
Hmm.
And they basically shelved her entire project.
Oh no.
And she's basically doing the Taylor Swift re-record situation. She's putting out this whole album right now, and I really like it. And these are songs that are like probably over 10 years old, some of them. And you know normally we would have maybe heard something and it got leaked, but she doesn't have like too many leaks that I'm aware of. I haven't heard them.
Hmm.
But she has this song called Hot City out right now, and
Okay.
it's been out for maybe a month or so, or 2 months, but it's so good.
I'll have to check
It's
it
so
out.
good.
It sounds
You need to
great.
listen
Like I
to
feel
it.
like that vibe of like, of like the people that she's put songs out for and stuff like Katy Perry and Britney Spears, like I feel like that's a fun vibe for sure. I'll have to check
Yeah,
her
but
out.
she can write a song, like she can write her ass off. But it's such a good song. It's very catchy. It's very pop. It's very summer vibes. But it's so good. I'm like, this is could easily be on the top 40 again.
Yeah. Love it.
And then my other artist, her name is Madison Rose,
Okay. I
and
don't know.
she's a little more like queer underground
Okay.
happening right now. But her music is so like good, and it's like kind of fresh sounding. It's not so like 2023 pop. It's very like early 2010s pop again,
Mm.
which is like my cup of tea. But she's so good. I love her.
I
I
was
actually saw
looking,
her at a little show in New York when I lived there.
I just added them to like my list of things to
I
listen
got
to.
start with Hot City and then do Girls, Girls, Girls
Okay. Okay, cool. I
by
think what
Madison
we're
Rose.
going to need to do is we're going to need to create like a playlist, so where people can
Yes.
listen to what we're listening to. I think that would be fun.
Songs of the week. That'd be cute.
Yes. I've been listening to, it's a little bit different, not as poppy, but have you heard of like Josiah and the Bonnevilles? I don't know if
No, I haven't.
um so he did a cover of Antihero by Taylor Swift, and it was like noted
Mhm.
as like the country version or whatever.
Yeah.
So good. So good. But he just put out an album. And then I don't remember the other guy's name. I literally just was listening to him yesterday on the way home. But it's kind of like
Hmm.
an acoustic vibe. Dylan Gossett is his name, and he's really good. It's not quite country. It's noted as country, but I don't really think it's more of like an acoustic vibe. But
Yeah.
he's really good.
I'll
So
need to look him
we're
in.
gonna have to get on that playlist for sure.
We'll get that going for sure.
Yeah.
I have a very random question,
Okay.
and I've been thinking about it for 2 days,
Oh
and
no.
I've been saving it for this podcast a little bit. But
Okay.
it's a very random question, but it's a thinker.
Okay.
So, if you were proposed to, or vice versa,
Okay.
and the person said no,
Oh.
like, what do you do next? Like, what is that moment and that next day or that evening like?
Well,
Like, do
for
you just
me,
like, do you end it, or like, is it
so
just hella awkward?
for me, I feel like it could go either way because I'm noted to be like a kind of like dramatic person. And I think that it's kind of the hopeless
Sure.
romantic part in me, though. So I feel like the hopeless romantic part in me would be like, okay, so I need like a list of reasons why you said no and reasons that we could try to overcome that if you wanted to continue this relationship in order
Okay,
to get
yes.
to a yes, essentially. So that
I
would be
heard
me.
that. I heard that response in such a like business focused way, where I was like, so I'm gonna need you to list the reasons why,
Yeah.
so we can move forward, which it makes sense because you're just trying to have open communication. But in my head, I'm
Yes.
like I totally frame that differently. But
I mean,
I mean
but
that makes sense to.
I think I would honestly be like saying that with like tears streaming down my face. So it would be like more like this. So, I need to. I need a list. You know.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think it would be over per se. Like, I
Okay.
don't think that it's necessarily for the relationship to be over, but it's going to be hella awkward because I am not necessarily somebody who can just like recover from that quickly.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of awkward. I mean, especially because you guys would both be trying to like figure out, right?
Yeah.
Like even if you weren't the person that said no, the person that said no would still be like, okay, well, like I'm not sure like how he actually feels about me saying no, you know? So
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess like to your point, you would need to be okay, so why? Like, are you just not ready, or do you need like time to think about it, or did you see like the rest of your year going differently? Like,
see,
you
I
know,
feel like
like
that would be like a really good response to that, but I could also see, you know, especially if you've been with that person for so long, like say that,
yeah,
you know, if it's like say that you've been together like 6 or 7 years before the, you know, you pop the question and the person say
hmm
no, like I think I would just call it quits at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I guess
well, maybe not. Maybe it would be the
here's
opposite.
my thing
Whereas, like,
is
if it was
like,
shorter, if it was like a one
yeah,
year, you know,
that's where I think that's where I'm at because you know, me and my partner have been together like close to 8 years now, and has the question came up, sure, but like I think the question has been posed more by people who are around us than with us alone.
yeah,
You know, I'm like you're my grandparents for example, like they were together for 60 years.
mm,
How are you going to base 8 years or 5 years or 1 year with this person on the rest of your life?
yeah,
Like that's such a long time to be like, okay, I got 5 good ones in. How are the other 55 going to go?
yeah,
And you're going to base all that on that and tie your taxes together like that? No.
yeah. But I think too, like, I feel like for me, I would think that I would try to look at it more from like a comfortability standpoint of like,
Mm-hmm.
are you too comfortable? Like, is there like any issues? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I feel like that's what I would personally look at in a relationship to see like if I wanted to move forward. But also I'm not the relationship expert. So maybe don't take any
I
advice
mean,
from
I'm
me.
not either. I think that, you know, being in a relationship is very challenging at times, and you have to like really learn and mold and change and compromise and all the things, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to do those things and listening, which isn't always easy for me
Yeah.
because I'm stubborn.
Definitely. Yeah,
But,
definitely.
you know, I've grown a lot, you
Yeah.
know, since I've been in one. But I don't know. I
Well,
think I think it's like weird.
that's what I've like always kind of thought too, right? Like when you become an adult, like there's so much like things that you go through like over those first few years of like independence that you know you grow, but it kind of stops. I feel like after a while, right? Because everything becomes like the same to you, and it's almost like when you add another person into the mix, like you even grow even more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, you know, I just realized I'm saying you know a lot. Why I laughed when you were talking is because I had a dog moment and there was a squirrel that literally ran by. And I was
oh
like, anyway, so to be a squirrel and go completely off topic there,
mm. Yeah,
I think
I
at
mean,
that
I
point I'm
think
like, let's just go get a drink and move on.
yeah, I think like it might be like kind of weird at first. Have you ever watched The
Yeah.
Strangers?
Okay. You're talking about that movie? I'm going to say something right now.
Well, it's the same thing. He asked her if like he proposes. I was like trying to explain what proposal is when you should know what a proposal is. But anyways, he proposes to her and she says no, and then they go back to this like house in the middle of nowhere. It's all decorated for like if she said yes, and these murderers like
No.
break in and kill them. So that's what would actually
That
happen in my world.
I hate that you brought that up because that is my number one hated movie. It's absolutely terrifying. It's like worst case scenario ever. That movie has scared me more than anything in the world.
Well, yeah, that's the
Like,
point of a scary movie.
I know, but that one specifically really got me and I hate that movie. Like,
That is a
I hate
must
it.
watch for me at least twice
Oh
a
my
year.
God, are you kidding?
I love it. Love it so much.
I somehow managed to finish the whole movie when I first watched it. I'm like, that is the absolute worst thing. It's a good movie because, I mean, they really get the scare factor in that one. They really
Yeah.
make you feel something.
Yeah.
So it's a good movie in terms of like the art that went into creating that whole moment and feeling for the movie. I get it.
Yeah.
But that is like the worst case. I hate that so much. That feeling I hate because, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't even want to like put that energy into my life. I don't, but yeah, that one's really scary.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. It definitely keeps me like uncomfortable. Like no matter how many times I've seen it, like I'm just like
So
uncomfortable.
why you watch it like that?
And on edge like the whole entire time. It's just so good.
No.
That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, anyways.
I don't like that feeling.
Well, let's pick this up. Do you want to play 10-4?
Absolutely. Let's do something that's not dramatically scary. I hate that shit.
So I have my list of things. You have your list. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we'll start out with an easy one.
Sure.
Rate gin and tonics.
5. No.
Okay.
7.
I was going to say those used to be like your drink, like when we first started.
So
when we first met and stuff.
I don't want to say I've graduated because I still drink gin because I do like a gin. I'm very much Karen Walker on. Oh my God! I literally forgot the name of the show.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace. I remember her name and then forget the name of the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, love gin. Still love gin. But I don't like tonic water. So now I drink gin and soda, which is kind of gag, but I like it.
See, I'm going to splurge. I'm going to take all the sugar and I'm going to drink tonic.
I don't like it.
Okay.
So what are you rating it?
Oh, I'm going to say probably also like a 7 or 8.
Yeah, it's like right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stanley Cups.
Oh, love. I would say like probably a 10. I will say, have you noticed this trend of water bottles? Like, it's so expensive. I actually wrote that down as a topic, like when we were first going through making a podcast and throwing out ideas. Water bottles are too expensive. I
know the Stanley Cups are $45.
I'm already having an issue to drink water in general. So when you have to pay $50 for a water bottle, it's almost like I don't want to drink out of it because it was $50. I hold a grudge.
Yeah. It's the washing it for me.
I would say
washing it.
I think water bottles in general, I'm going to say a 4.
Oh, wow.
But for Stanley Cups, I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah, I'll make it a 7, I think, as well. Because I actually drink a lot of water. I drink a crazy amount of water all the time because I live in the desert and I'm very dry in many ways. But I don't ever remember to bring a bottle with me anywhere I go. But I'm very lucky that I have a water source that's really good at every place I need to be at. So I'm okay with that. But I don't think I would remember ever to bring the cup with me. That's the problem.
Yeah, it is.
Because I don't like carrying stuff.
Yeah, I have one, but most of the time I just leave it at work.
That makes sense. Maybe I'd do that.
But I also never drink out of it at work. I'm the most dehydrated person that you'll ever meet. So
I drink so much water. I have to. I feel like I'm gonna pass away and crisp and kringle.
Crisp and kringle.
Crisp and kringle.
Anyways, what about the Beatles?
Oh my God, you're trying to get me canceled. So,
No, you have to rate it first.
no, I know. I'm at a 5.
Okay. Have you listened to their new song that they just put out? It's like their last song.
I haven't.
It's really good. I actually really like it.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I don't care.
Mm.
I would say, you know what, I'm going to say a 4. I'm just going to commit.
Okay.
I don't like them.
I grew up listening to the Beatles.
Everyone around me has as well, and I'm always in a predicament with the Beatles specifically.
But I don't really know anything about their lives personally. Like, you know, so I don't want this rating to be like from that, but their music, I would give it like an 8. Because there's some songs that I can really get into, and then there's some songs that I'm like, might have been good for the time, but like it just hasn't like, I don't really care for it right now. So
yeah, I just like I don't care.
Okay.
But yeah,
I listen to it.
I've tried. I don't like it.
Okay.
I grew up on Britney Spears and Missy Elliott. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, airports.
Oh my god.
Literally.
It's so hard. I like the idea of traveling, so I'm going to say a 7. We're just going to be in the middle on everything.
I think that's very generous of you.
But because I like the idea of traveling, I like going, and once I get through TSA, like I like going to go get like my coffee or like, you know, a snack or something, and like I like to chill. But I'm also the person that's like 3 hours before my flight because I have to make sure that I have that debrief time. So I'm going to say a 7.
I'm at a 5 because I have absolutely zero patience, and for some whatever reason, when it comes to the airport, I am on full-blown manic mode. I'm like you. I am 3 hours early. I am there completely on time and ready to go, and no one is moving the speed I need them to ever when it comes to the airport.
See, I'm on manic mode just until I get through TSA. So, like, when I first wake up, like, that's when it clicks. Most of the time, like, when I'm about to fly out that morning, I only fly in the morning, really. But when I'm about to fly out that morning, I literally don't even, like, have to set an alarm. Like, I'm already, like, not sleeping well, so I'm just, like, ready to go, you know? Yeah. So, my manic starts the night before.
I am not calm until the step off the plane at the destination.
Oh. No, I don't mind flying.
I am not. I don't sleep on a plane ever. Doesn't matter if it's a red eye. I am completely awake, blasting a movie to the people beside me, doing like all the light and discotheque going on in the middle of the dark plane. That is me. I just I cannot. I love vacation, but I am fully in just anxiety mode until the moment I'm off the plane.
Okay. Camo fashion. 10. Oh, I love it. I do too.
That doesn't match. That's why I had them on my bottoms. But yeah, 10. Love.
Hey, it's a vibe with what you have going on.
Love camo fashion. I literally, for Halloween, you know what I dressed as? Just all camouflage, head to toe.
G.I. Joe. Or do you mean?
No, that was
your West Hollywood experience.
Yeah, my Halloween day. I dressed in camouflage from head to toe.
That's fun.
So you went. I was like, okay, you interpret what you thought I went as.
On just hearing what you went as, I would say that you were about to go shoot some rabbits because rabbit season just started back up.
Okay, that's what I was. That was my number 2 pick for what I was hoping people thought I was. Number one, I was trying to be cheeky and just be invisible. Oh. And number 2 was that. But then I was like, I felt like I was teetering this line of like, everyone's going to think I'm just a Republican. And I felt that way.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was in the middle of West Hollywood wearing head to toe Realtree camo.
Get it, Realtree.
My other one is sporting events.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go ahead. It looks like it's a 4.
That's a 4, yeah.
I'd be a 6.
You know, I did tell my roommate that I wanted to get into basketball this year. So, you know, maybe I will, but probably not.
No, I'm never into the sport. I just go for like the whole energy of it.
Mm.
Because I'm getting my drink on. I'm going to go pretend to watch this game I don't care about. What I don't like, what's really a for about it, is when you go with people who want to watch the whole thing.
Mm.
I'm like, can y'all just meet me at the bar?
How many more do you have?
That's all.
Okay, well, for the last one, gay resorts.
Oh, God, Matthew Jones. Seven.
Wow. That feels kind of generous for you. I'm surprised.
Yeah, yours is an 11, I'm sure.
The one we went to was probably like a 6.
Okay, so I think we need to expand on this for
We
the
don't need
listener.
to go into detail.
I think we should at least go into why and what happened.
Okay, yeah.
And
so why is it a 7 for you?
well, what had happened was we were going to Palm Springs.
You better be careful because I'll just cut out the rest.
And I was told we're just going to go stay at a hotel. And it wasn't a hotel. There was a bed there.
Yeah.
And y'all fill in the blanks. But I'm going to go for a 7 because we were in Palm Springs.
Okay.
What's yours?
I mean, I had a blast.
I know you did.
I love the idea of it. I would say a 9 or a 10. But I would say the one that we went to, I would rate it like a 6. Huh?
You had a blast all over the resort. And I just really want to emphasize that Matthew is the true Truckstop boyfriend of the two of us.
Yeah, because I'm single.
And it gives Truckstop. So I was watching this other podcaster, and I guess I should give them credit, Maddie Morphosis. And they were talking to like a queer artist or whatever, and they were talking about like just grandparents and stuff, and like grandma, grandpa, and then they got into the topic of like, well, what if they're non-binary? And they're like, oh, then that's a them pa. And I'm like, yeah, I think that would be fair.
I like it. I can get down with it.
But it's also saying paw, which I feel like is masculine. But Dema.
No, it should be Grandthey. Or Grandthen.
It is Grandthey.
Mm.
Grandthey.
This is why we have a podcast.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for watching Truckstop Boyfriend. Please go watch our videos on YouTube. We have 2 videos up. This is our 3rd. Woohoo! Ooh, I hate that when you do that. So go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on them, please. It really helps us.
I was about to say describe.
Describe, lol. It really helps us here in the beginning get this thing going, and we really appreciate it. But also head over to our Instagram, our Twitter, Truckstop BF. Not boyfriend.
All the social tags are below in our bio. Also, make sure that you reach out to us, DM us your Truckstop moments, because we want to start telling y'all stories too.
Mm-hmm.